On January 7th, 2016, after a 15-hour car ride from Wilmington, North Carolina, I rushed to find a parking spot at a hospital in Louisiana. Panic took over my mind as I, with my sister and my brother-in-law, ran through the halls of an unknown hospital in a desperate attempt to get to Katie's side as soon as possible. I've always referred to Katie as my sister. She and my real sister, Lindsay, had been best friends long before I was even alive. She was always a constant in my life, no matter where she was. Being 4 years older than me, I always looked up to Katie and Lindsay. I can remember Saturday mornings when Lindsay and Katie would take off in the neighborhood to find their friends on their bikes or on foot. My little legs would struggle to keep up behind them. Even as we got older, I always wanted to be near them. I know that I was probably considered that annoying little sister, but Katie never made me feel that way. She always tried to include me when she was able to. She was always around for advice on school and friends, boyfriends. She was there for homework help or a ride if I needed one. Both of Katie's parents were nurses at the hospital, so they worked long hours, and it was not uncommon for Katie to spend that extra time at our house. My mom still makes jokes to this day about how she'd come home from work and find Katie laying in her bed watching TV with a snack. And just like real sisters, we would fight too. Katie and Lindsay loved to scare me when I was little. We had this big waterbed that had a crawl space behind it, and Lindsay would love to get up there and tell me scary stories, and just as the story was getting to the good part, Katie would jump out from behind the bed and scare me. It never failed to bring me to tears. And just as childhood friends mostly do, we all grew up and took our own paths. Katie got her teaching degree from UNC Wilmington and then set off to Denham Springs, Louisiana to start her new life. Even 1,000 miles away, nothing ever really changed. There are a few birthdays that I can remember that Katie wasn't there for. She was there for my high school graduation, my sister's college graduation, and most recently when my grandmother somewhat unexpectedly passed away. Even though Katie was 15 hours away and it was the middle of the week, she jumped on the first plane back to Wilmington without a second of hesitation in order to be with us. When Katie was young, she loved her baby dolls. She had one baby doll in particular. Her name was Snowy, and I don't think anybody who knew Katie back then could forget her. Katie dreamed of being a mother her entire life. So it is with great joy that I can announce the birth of Katie's first daughter, who was born on January 7th, 2016 at 9:30 p.m. She was just over 6 pounds and 18 inches long, and she is the most perfect little girl I've ever seen. I can't express what an honor it was to be a part of that experience. To see Katie's daughter open her eyes for the first time and cry for the first time, to take her first breath and to meet her parents for the first time. So congratulations to Katie and Ray on making the most perfect little girl, and welcome to the world, Nora Ainsley. You are loved by so many people already.